Hi guys, right, okay, so first aberration tutorial, woohoo! Well, first time I feel confident doing one. Okay, so I watched my tutorial to get a couple of resources, or showed where to get a couple of resources that are quite, I think they'd be very useful. Now the first two of these you get the same place, they are Biotoxin and Rare Flowers. Now the Rare Flowers I thought might be particularly useful if you want to get roll rats, because you need to throw honey down into the hole they do. And for that, I thought you might want a beehive. So obviously the rare flowers come in for that. And the biotoxin, obviously, it's a really good thing for taming, but it's also great if you want to make yourself shocking tranquilizer darts later on. Okay, so to get these two things, what you need to do is find these red mushrooms here. And you're looking for the ones that are the trippy mushrooms. So what we're looking for is you're looking for a mushroom that is kind of more triangular shaped. And it's got a red sort of little base to it. So let's see if we can find one around here. Might have already harvested a lot of them. Right, okay, so this is the trippy mushrooms here. And if I go and step over them, what you're going to see is... Yeah. Not fun. So much poo. Okay, so if you just harvest these with a herbivore, what you can do, if you just get... Now, be careful, is you can still get done when you're on your dino, but if you harvest them with a herbivore, as you see, you get rare flowers and biotoxin. So that's the place to get those. And I thought that might be useful. Obviously, it's a nice... It's actually, once you get yourself a good dino, it's actually a really good source of them. So you can actually, sort of do it from... There we go. So just from those two there, we've got 49 biotoxin and 19 rare flowers. Okay, so that's where to get biotoxin and rare flowers. Okay, so the next one is potential places to get yourself metal. So if you've been watching my Let's Play videos, especially on single player, I think that metal is a bit of an issue. On multiplayer, it's not so bad because it seems to be no problem with the metal respawning. But on single player, yeah, it does seem to be a very slow respawn rate. And if you don't want to go for mega fast respawn rates, hopefully this will help. Okay, so where you're going to want to go to get this sort of alternate metal resource is over here. You see the blue area. Now, if I look on the map here, what you're going to see is sort of down here where I am. Let's put up my GPS. There we go. So I am at 35.4, 61.7. Now, where you see where those two rivers sort of lead down into this sort of grey area where I am, that is where the blue area is. And you're going to see, or one of the blue areas, and what you're going to see is a lot of rocks that have got a sort of blue shine to them. And you're probably going to want to take a Ravager for this, because obviously they can walk on zip lines. And I was going to say now, I'm probably going to get in trouble because I've actually got the Mrs. Ravager. Yeah, okay. Now, you can actually get quite a lot of weight on a Ravager very easily. We do have an extra gain for health on ours, but this weight gain is completely doable. Like, so this 1200 weight, easily doable. I got a level 50 Ravager on my solo playthrough, and that had like, I think it was 700 and something, or 650 weight just to start with. Easily get it to 750. Right, okay, so now also I do apologise for the gabillions of zip lines here. I'm trying to figure out a good way to get down to where we're going here, or an easier way. But anywhere in this blue area here, so this happens to be just near this waterfall, is you're going to find lots of metal rocks that have got a sort of blue streak for them. So let's go and have a look at this. Right, so you're going to see lots of rocks like this. Now these rocks will give you pretty much as much metal, well I think probably as much metal as you're going to get from normal rocks. Okay, maybe not quite as much, but as you can see, there is a lot of metal there. So just from taking on a couple of those rocks, yeah, we've got a couple of hundred metal there. And also we've got stone as well. Now I will say if you're going to come into this area, you do want to have something that produces light. And you are also, like I said, you're going to want to have a Ravager. There are Arthropluras and things like that. So this is one area that's fairly easy to get down to. As you see, I just did a zip line from there to there and there to there. Do be careful though, because you don't want to fall down there. There are rock drakes. But I'm going to show you an area that's a little bit easier to get to for the blue. I'm also going to get off of the Mrs. Ravager because otherwise I'll get in trouble. Okay, so over here where I am at 36.2, 52.1, I'm fairly near the southern of those two sort of big rivers. There's a way that you can actually run down into, oh, I think that was close, almost went over the chippy mushrooms. There's a path here that will actually take you down into the blue area. Now, it is a little bit more dangerous around here, as you'll notice by the Carno trying to kill me. But you can actually sort of just run straight down here. And you can also potentially run up that hill. And what you'll start doing is you'll start seeing the blue rocks. Also, you'll also have these blue crystals, which are awesome. So if we run straight down here, go a little bit further down, you should start seeing those rocks appearing. There we go. As you can see, we're starting to see those rocks appear here, with the funky rock formations. And once we start actually getting into the area where it's like proper blue all over the place, that's where you're going to start seeing the blue, the actual veins in the rock, so to speak. So if we go down into, oh, that is a rock drake. So obviously this is one of the dangers of this area, which is why actually I think using the zip lines where I went is a little bit better. But as you can see here, once you start actually getting into properly into this area, you've got loads of these rocks here that you can harvest for the metal. So a little bit distracted because there's dangerous stuff around. So, but what you could potentially do is you could bring a Spino down here. I did bring a Spino down here, and it was, you know, no problem at all. It's fairly easy to figure out if you're going straight back up there. And there's, you know, there's other ways to get down here, but these seem to be the two easiest ways. Once again, I will say you do need to have a bulb pup or something on your shoulder, shine horn, something that's going to emit light, because otherwise, yeah, you will get attacked by the nameless, and yeah, that's not fun. But anyway, yeah, guys, so yeah, just a way to get a couple of those resources. Oh, there we go, map finally spawned in. So just to reiterate, this place here, like, you know, so where I'm standing right here, where you just run down and come back up, that is 37.1, 51.7. Obviously, there's the other place that I showed you. And yeah, so that's a couple of places for you to go and get metal if you've been looking for them. Sorry, there was some nasty, so I had to run. Now, I would say, personally, if you're going to go down into those areas to get the metal, do it with zip lines, go over that waterfall. That is the safest area to kind of go from. Kind of dangerous to actually get to that area, but once you're there, if you've got a Ravager like this, you'll be all good. And you can actually kind of get down to here fairly safely once you've got yourself one. And that's just, you know, that's just personally what I would go for. Anyway, guys, I hope you found that useful. I hope it helps you find some of those resources and it improves your gameplay. Have fun. Catch you all soon.